National President of the Obidient Movement, Yunusa Tanko, has said that Peter Obi will determine whether to fully join the African Democratic Congress after the November 8 Anambra governorship election. His clarification followed ADC's call for coalition's leaders to resign from their current parties and register fully with the party. Tanko explained that the ADC had granted Obi a waiver to carefully weigh his options, stressing that the former political party presidential candidate would not be pressured into an early decision. He noted that the waiver remains valid and that Obi's stance would be made clear at the appropriate time. He further stated that the timing was deliberate as the Obidient Movement is focused on the Anambra election. Tanko added that Obi, who is currently abroad delivering a lecture, will only announce his position after the poll. What do you make of this statement by the Obidient Movement chairman and the position of Obi not clearly declaring his stand for a particular political party, even till now?
I think first I need to acknowledge the position of the ADC, which is not given ultimatums, which understands that they're building a pact of cooperation. Now, that in itself, for me, is mature politics on the side of the ADC, meaning that these doors are still open. Now, Obi, perhaps, to tie what is going on in Anambra election to Obi's eventual decision, for me, may not
hold a lot of water.
Hold a lot of water. The reason being that maybe Obi really needs time as a person to think about his future, in which direction he will pull. There are calls by the PDP, please come back here. There are calls by the ADC where there is growing competition over who should be what. And there's also a faction of the Labour Party that thinks, look, you ran on this platform before, come run again. You know, so he needs to think things through. That's what I think. Because if you tie what's going on in Anambra election, where Soludo is believed to have done well, where Soludo is, of course you know what has been happening in Anambra. Everybody knows that that party platform there on which Soludo is running is the party platform of the Anambra people. It doesn't matter whether you are a PPP, DDD. Going into election, they have a head start, you know, because of how that party came to be. How it came to be. So what will happen if Soludo and his stormtroopers win? Would you now say is that decision that made Obi? No, I think Obi is just trying to buy time for himself. Yeah, he has to think things through. But well, the man who is speaking, purportedly is speaking for Obi. May not, those views may not be tied to Obi, but he's provided a platform for some analysis, basic analysis, and I just probably think, still standing on that Obi needs time to, in the face. Being a beautiful bride.
2026 is fast approaching. And one would say that Obi's indecisiveness up until now, how is that going to, do you think it's going to affect him negatively? The fact that he's still indecisive till now.
Now, I think what has happened, not much, ADC hasn't even gone to the convention. So, because he can shut himself out if it comes too late. I think he's weighing your options.
PDP is preparing for his convention.
If Obi was not a candidate entering a political platform, it would be easier.
Yes.
Now you need to look at that party that can issue you
that presidential ticket.
You understand? Because if they can't issue you,
it's a waste of time.
Yeah, that's
now,
the thing.
If you're looking at ADC, like you said, ADC's competition is increasing by the day. And they've always called it Atiku coalition before they coalesced into ADC. And Atiku, from his statements, even though he has not clearly come out to say, oh, I am running for presidency, to all intents and purposes, with regards to a lot of things he has said, I mean, it's clear as day that Atiku has plans to run for presidency in 2027. And Atiku's aide has said severally that the presidential candidate will emerge through delegate Congress. And if one should look at the contenders in ADC, that is, you have the likes of Rotimi Amechi, former governor of Rivers State, former minister of transport. You have Peter Obi. You have Atiku Abubakar, who, among the three, as at now, can win the delegate Congress. Your guess is as good as mine. It's going to be Atiku. Now,
likely to be.
Likely to be Atiku. Now, that settles the ADC. Labour Party, on one hand, is dicey because Labour Party is factionalized. Labour Party is balkanized. With regards to the by-elections, you saw that INEC did not even recognize the candidates of Aburi. And Nenadi Osman, on the other hand, did not bother testing her luck by fielding candidates. So one does not know whether INEC, in de-recognizing Aburi, recognized Nenadi Osman. So we cannot take a position and say this is where INEC is standing.
No, but eventually they'll come forth. I mean INEC, because they've come forth with ADC's.
They might come forth when it's already late.
You see,
these things can happen.
You see, because we play politics with almost everything. The ombudsman in an election process has also become part of the game. So we have judges who are descending into the temple. You have all kinds of behavior, you know, and they're very, unfortunately, not the best when you align such reactions to the development of our democracy. Now, Aburi, for instance, you know, Aburi has been having conversations with some people in power. Of course, you know, he has met with people like Nyesom Wike. He has. And those who you probably describe as obedient, okay, know that much. So for them, it's a betrayal. And so there is a faceless woman called Mama P. who accosts him at the airport.
You have taken the position of Aburi's faction. This is their conspiracy theory, and you're buying into that theory right now.
No, I'm not simply analyzing it.
All right.
Now, because you see, there must be some foundation, you know, to understand the interplay of all those variables and what's going on. You know, so when you look at all of those, you're likely to say Obi. Obi, they say he's outside delivering lecture. Will he be delivering lecture and fueling crisis at the same time? You know, so this is the thing. Sometimes you act on behalf of your principal and you drag your principal into an extremely...
And most times the principal doesn't send them on such errands.
May not send them.
But they are trying to do
They're
that
trying to impress him, and
at
the end of the day,
to get publicity.
At the end of the day, it becomes even negative. You know, so this is the thing. That's why all of us who are in this game, and let's tell ourselves the truth, this country is greater than all of us.
But then one would say that Obi's indecisiveness, like I asked earlier, if it's going to affect him, considering that while he's being indecisive, the president, who clearly is going to run for 2027, has been having meetings, alignments, realignments, you know, conversations. Atiku Abubakar, on the other hand, has also been holding his own meetings as well. You have seen a part of the CPC bloc that went to visit the president, and then another faction of the CPC bloc came out to disown that visit, and now say they are backing Atiku in 2027. While all these things are happening, people are taking positions, conversations are happening.
I agree. Now, but you see...
Obi, on the other hand...
It could also be strategic for Obi.
Strategic for him how?
Yes, this is the point.
Yes.
You don't jump into the river if you don't know how the current is flowing.
Okay.
So you need to look properly. Know whether even when you're standing on sand, you hope that it's not quicksand. You know, so this is the thing. I think that Obi has a right you look at this things
You think he's
clearly.
you think he's being
I
for
think
now
he's being-
standing aside is
yes,
also a
he's
strategy for
being
him.
cautious.
Okay, he's
now,
being
because
cautious.
maybe if he gets in full time, it'll be difficult for him to come out of it or say to Nigerians that he made a mistake. You know, so it's proper to err on the side of caution and rationally,
It can be understood.
because there are conversations that are going on. You know, part of the problem will be if the ADC were to issue an article.
Then he will lose out.
Because the point is, that will be you are calling. Rotimi Amechi them, those ones you are calling. Because maybe, except they do not believe in the historic mission of the South, who would certainly play the Southern card. Because you see, let nobody deceive himself. That thing played between Wike and Atiku. That thing you saw was not because Wike didn't probably win, but because when it was the turn of the North, no Southerner contested. So when it became their turn to contest, Atiku came with his deep pocket and tried to...
And that's
and the ethnic question. And
Came up.
PDP went...
Kaboom.
That's it.